Welcome to this week's episode of the Modern Mentor Podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Cooke. And today's episode is all about building your career development plan. Because yes, I think you need one. So let's talk about how you can build it and rock it. The other day, a client said to me, I feel like I'm as smart as everyone I work for. When is it going to be my turn to be the one in charge? Maybe you've never said it out loud, but have you ever had some version of the same feeling? I suspect we all have at some point. Sometimes the professional waiting game can feel eternal. When do I get to be the boss? Or the one interfacing with the client? Or the one to decide, or hire, or teach, or lead the meetings? These aren't just idle questions. They're a little thing I like to call career goals. They're the aspirations that drive us. But asking questions is only a start. If you're going to meet your goals, you need a career development plan. So let's talk about what that is. The words career development plan sound like they're describing something really formal and specific, like a business or marketing plan. But in reality, your career development plan can be as informal as you'd like. As long as you define the purpose of your plan and you understand how it serves your career goals, you can design and rock a plan that will get you where you want to go. So let's talk about that. Career development is simply a strategic set of actions you take to grow in your career by building your knowledge, skills, and experience. And your career development plan is a written account of those actions. Do you need a written plan? No, but it is a great way to stay motivated and committed to your own career. A strong career development plan will position you to move further and faster, expanding your definition of success and empowering you to achieve it on your terms. So how do you build one? The good news is you only need two things to build a career development plan, and neither of them is money. You need goals and commitment. That's it. Sometimes bigger companies will have formal development programs, but many don't. And those that do often require you to be nominated and follow their schedule, their agenda. These programs tend to be tailored to the company's needs and goals. Those goals may or may not align with your own. So my advice today is about defining your goals, your terms, and then customizing your development accordingly. Here's how I would suggest approaching it. Begin with your career goals. Where do you want to be in 5 years or 5 months? You may have total clarity and a concrete goal, like, I want to be the senior manager of the engagement team. Or your sense may be a bit more nebulous, like, I'm getting tired of spreadsheets, and I think I'd like to be doing something a bit more research-based. There are no laws of career clarity. Whatever your goals, however specific they are or aren't, you can work with them. The great news, you are not tattooing these goals on yourself. You have my permission to switch gears or change your mind anytime. But begin with the end in mind. Where do you want to go in your career? You can't begin plotting a course without a destination. Next, collect strategies. Once you have a destination in mind, it's time to start building the roadmap. This is where strategies and tactics come into play. Here's where you start to ask questions, not only of yourself, but of trusted colleagues and mentors around you. If your career goal is X, then what steps can you take to move in that direction? Is there content you need to learn? Are there experts you need to meet? Do you need certain on-the-job experiences? Are there programs offered by your company you can take advantage of? Consider who and what you have access to, and jot down a list of strategies you might build into your plan. Some of my favorites include LinkedIn Learning. Can you take online courses to build your skills and knowledge? Sit in on other team meetings. Can you listen in on how the marketing or the analytics team discusses its day-to-day? Attend conferences, webinars, and other professional events. You'll learn and network at the same time. Job shadow. Can you follow and learn from someone in your company who holds your dream job? Find a peer mentor. Being able to tap into the knowledge of someone with the skills and experience you aspire to is invaluable. Read. Articles, professional journals, books. There's so much you can learn from thought leaders in your industry. Follow hashtags and conversations on social media. What conversations are happening on LinkedIn that you can learn from? And finally, internal programs. Does your company have an internal learning and development catalog? What in there can you take advantage of? Choose some strategies that feel compelling and in line with your goals. Next, align with your boss, or don't. If your goal is to move up or across within your current organization, then it's a good idea to align with your boss before you make your plan final. The more your boss understands your career goals, the more they can support you in working towards achieving them. Your boss might be able to help mentor you, nominate you for company programs and job rotations, or suggest people to add to your network. But there are times when aligning with your boss might not be the thing to do. Before I became my own boss, I had the requisite development plan in place designed to move me up my company's ladder. But in the role I held, I had the good fortune of partnering with various coaches and consultants. And those partnerships helped me realize that starting my own leadership consulting business was what I wanted to do. So I crafted my own development plan. I started taking consultants to lunch and coffee. I'd ask them about how they got their start and what I should read and learn, who I should meet. I captured and followed their advice. And that became my secret ninja development plan. And now I'm running the business I dreamed of. Next, build your plan. Turning ideas and tactics into a plan is as simple as thinking through sequences and timelines. Your enthusiasm may tempt you to dive in, but remember this: crawl before walking, before running. Before you start talking to a potential mentor or hitting a network event, you may want to focus on reading some books and taking an online course or two. Learning some basic lingo and philosophies relevant to your chosen career path will prepare you for having more productive conversations with experts. So give some thought to how much you can take on at once and how urgently you want to achieve your goals. From there, start plotting out a timeline of activities and milestones you'd like to hit along the way. And there's your plan. Next, be accountable. Having a plan is like having a gym membership. You see where this is going, right? Career development plans and gym memberships only work if you use them. So give that plan a workout. Schedule career development time on your calendar and protect it as much as you're able. Use that time to read, network, and take classes. Check in periodically with a boss, a mentor, or an accountability buddy to ensure you're doing what you promised yourself. And finally, be flexible. Remember what I said about your career development plan not being tattooed on you permanently. Stay flexible as you go. Maybe you set out to learn to code, but now that you've taken a class or two, you're not really feeling lit up. No sweat. What can you try instead? Part of career development is learning more about yourself as you go. So pay attention not only to what you've been learning, but also how you're feeling about it. Are you getting inspired and motivated? Be ready to say no and change directions. At the end of the day, your career development plan is all in service of you. No one's going to make you do it. It's your investment in your future self. So make that down payment today and let those dividends start paying off. I'm Rachel Cooke, your Modern Mentor host. Thank you for letting me guide your career development. I'll be back next week with a can't-miss interview with personal branding guru Dory Clark. Check out the links in my bio for all the ways you can reach me. You can visit my website at leadabovenoise.com or follow me on the new Modern Mentor podcast page on LinkedIn. Thank you so much for listening and have a successful week.